Ping Identity, we were established in the early 2000s. We were one of the pioneers for identity federation. And since then, we have established a large presence in the identity space, and especially recently with our merger between Ping and ForgeRock becoming one company. And we now have a large selection of functionality that addresses multiple identity use cases in the space. It's an exciting area to be in. One of the things that we're focused on is how to integrate artificial intelligence and machine learning into the identity lifecycle, into access management, especially looking at indicators like risk. You know, risk is something that is big right now, especially with things like fraud reduction, looking in the citizen space of reducing fraud as well as reducing the attack vectors for hackers, and that's something that we feel like artificial intelligence and looking at real-time calculations of risk is an important variable. The other thing that we're focused on is verifiable credentials, and that's an area where we think that it can be revolutionary for the identity space, is figuring out how to work together as an identity community to create verified credentials on a standard that allows us to truly put the power of owning the identity in the hands of the individual while still increasing security. We love being in government. Public sector is a huge focus for us. We have all of our core products running in a FedRAMP High and IL5 environment, so that we can follow that standard and meet those requirements. And then we also are focused on flexibility for deployment in the identity space in government, which gives us the ability to support SaaS with our FedRAMP High and IL5 offerings, as well as deploying anywhere else to on-prem, disconnected environments, DDIL environments where they have low bandwidth or intermittent bandwidth type environments where we can deploy, do a sync backup to other environments, and have identity environments that are varied and also working with other identity solutions, because we know that we're not going to be the only identity solution. And so being able to integrate with other identity solutions and support all of the different deployment models required by the different missions of the agencies and departments is important. One of the things that we think is important is helping to solve real world problems. And one of the things that we've seen is that there's been historically a disconnect between what industry is trying to accomplish in the identity space and where real problems are happening in government. And so one of the areas that we've been focused on and that I've been personally involved in is working with different working groups, going to different summits and working with different labs to find, to collaborate with government and find real world solutions. And that's even working in an environment where we're not trying to pitch our solution, but more we're trying to solve the problems. And we think that's very important for government to actually move forward in how they are protecting the identity, how they're enforcing zero trust, is that ability for industry with us and our competitors coming together and working with government to find real world solutions that will solve problems and make things better for everybody. And now, of course, we take that and go back and create solutions that address those problems that have been identified. But that's where industry and government can truly collaborate, and we feel like that's very important. And so our involvement in standards, our involvement with NIST, our involvement with different working groups. Most recently, we had a summit that was put on by GSA and ATARC that we helped to plan and we participated in, and we felt that that was a very important way of moving forward the discussion of how to federate between agencies, how to create true identity federation between agencies. And that's, we came together and there was a large representation from government and industry that came together to try and solve that problem. And we came up with some great ideas that are moving forward now in working group discussions. And so, you know, those are areas where we feel is very important in a way that we can help as an organization, as Ping Identity can help move forward the narrative to actually solve real problems in government with identity.